Hello, my name is Sushila Ramagole. My student ID is NPS21000. Today we are here to discuss about our group assignment topic, banking sector in Australia. In this topic, we will discuss about the industry background, market structure, about its issues, and so on. The people had trust in banks and keep their money in the banks. The customers of the bank completely relied that their money is safe with the bank, had taken advantages of that. Hence, the bank had taken advantages of numbers of frauds had been increased. The government had changed rules with the time and strict rules which are mentioned in the assignment. With reporting time, the submission to the Royal Commission into misconduct in the banking, superannuation, and financial services industry were launched to know the misconduct of the banks. Yeah, in the industry background, at the time being around 20th century, many branches of bank were opened in Victoria, Oceania, South Australia, and so on. Major banks, the four largest banks of the Australia are included in this, which are as follows. Australia and New Zealand Banking Group Limited, the National Australia Bank Limited, Westpac Banking Corporations, the subsidiary of the above banks. Second we have domestic banks, and third subsidiary banks, and fourth foreign banks branches. Hold on. Well, now more to discuss about it. My friend Rekha is coming. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rekha Thapa. My student ID is SZP2027. I'm going to explain about the market structure. Now, the Australian banking industry has an oligopoly market. It means that the few of the banks regulates the major industries. The major part of the banking industry is regulated by the four top banks of the Australia and its branches. Those four have competition with each other. The new entrants are tough to enter the market. Due to the oligopoly, the banks will be regulating the price, output, and the factors of the banking. All the banks of Australia to be registered with the bank license under the Banking Act 1959. All the foreign branches have to be obtaining license under the same act and should be incorporated with the subsidiaries. Some of the banks which are based on the religious charitable development funds are given exemption from the registration. Now, between the 2009 and 2017, there was a white-collar crime in Australia. The statement which was taken from the ASIC chairman Greg Metcalfe revealed that there was a white collar in Australia. So in 2017, the government of Australia had launched Royal Commission into misconduct in the banking, superannuation, and financial services industry to handle the report and inquiries of the banking industry. Now, my friend Sarita will explain further about the issues. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's Miss Sarita Shrestha and my student ID is AMB22661, and today I'm going to present about the topic industries associated issue. And the issue that has been raised was Royal Commission into misconduct in the banking, superannuation and financial service industry, which is also now known as Banking Royal Commission and Higher Royal Commission. It was established on 14th of December 2017 and it had inquiry about the misconduct reported. At the early stage, the Parliament inquiry had been set up by the regulation, but later many of the issues had been conducted like money laundering, foreign exchange trading and terrorism finding. And on 28th of September 2018, Mr. Madison, who was a Honor Justice and a sole commission, has submitted a report to the Governor General of Australia, and the issues were recorded by attending more than 68 days and recorded for more than 130 witnesses and recalled more than 10,000 public submission. On February 2019, separate recommendations were submitted in the final report. On 4th of February, all the report were responded by the governor, and he made a decision of compensation to the bank. As a compensation, the bank has to pay hundred millions of dollars to the customer and to the customer. And he the bank the Australian security has banned the staff who has been regulating the advancing financial statements, and also rigged the bank bill swap for the foreign exchange. Thank you so much. And today I present about the industries associated issues, and furthermore my friend will continue about topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarita. Hi everyone, my name is Nimesh Kumar and my student ID is EMB24291. Now I will be discussing on the impacts of those issues in the banking industry. Pointing out those issues, the first one was that the banks were forced to move with the policy of price instead of quality. It means the banks now gives priority to price instead of quality. Previously, before all those issues took place, the banks were focusing on providing quality service to the customers. And secondly, the long-term scrutiny of the industry had made more standards to refine the accurate procedure, which might give the relevant results to the viability of local accounts. Banks now even have a well standardized procedure to provide credit to the customers, and it certainly increases the possibility of repaying the loan on time. Moving on to the next impact, the static market of the industry had brought a recession in the economy. Though it did not end up as being a major issue, it caused volatility in the economy. It made the market's economy to fall down and sometimes even go up. And all of these issues led to the changes in the banking industry, that automatically results in customer dissatisfaction regarding the service provided by the banking industry. So I'm done here with my presentation. Now I would like to hand over the rest of the presentation to Taranjit. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taranjit Kaur. I'm going to represent my part, that is government policy. There are 4 parts of government policy. My first key point is reduction in the on-ground information, which were gathered by the AVMs, made the matter of concern to the society because new technologies adopted by the banks, and these new technologies with more securities and transparencies needed. The second point is that assets of the banks were more regularized after the issue. The issues like banks are fail to satisfy their customers because they are not trustworthy. The lending process was tough, and more criteria added to it, and reports have to be updated on the daily basis. And the third key point is the appropriateness of the government is now overlaid with the small valuation of business and big financial institutions and banks. And the last key, I would say, events of the balance sheets are moved to the negligence because of it overtaken by the professional indemnity. Now the PI will be handling the issue of potential losses of the bank if it results will be without proof may cause the image of the industry with the frauds and etc. So they have to be make it more transparency in the transactions. So my conclusion is the banks were major industry of Australia, but after the frauds it need to make more transparencies in the transactions. That's all. Thank you.